And that, Rhonda, this actually leads us to the next topic here. Is Tennessee has finally has a new strength and conditioning coach. So let me ask you, how long do you think this has kind of been in the works, and it hasn't been, it hasn't come out and said it until after the national title game? I've got a feeling this has been in the works for a little bit.
I mean, it's had to have been. But I respect the crap out of one, Tennessee, and two, Indiana, and for not making this a big story before the game, like letting the kids
Yeah.
still have their game, letting them do their thing, and then obviously after the game, the news is the news, but overall, not overshadowing anything and staying in the moment. I think Coach Heupel and the coaching staff here had a lot to do with that. And I credit the agents behind the scenes for not leaking any information. Like the reporters just staying off the back of that and letting the kids, especially on the Indiana side, just have that week in preparation and not have any distractions. I think that was huge, and a huge win for both coaching staffs there. I know obviously we're getting an upgrade, I would say, but overall, just well respect to both coaching and programs for doing that.
Yeah, as Derek Owings is going to be Tennessee's new strength and conditioning coach. He was the strength and conditioning coach at Indiana, who obviously just won the national title game last night. We'll talk a little bit about that here in a few minutes.
We're putting together some championship coaches, man. I mean, you talk about a strength and conditioning coach that just won a natty. You're talking about Jim Knowles, who won a natty with Ohio State just a year ago. I mean, or 2 years ago, technically. No, a year ago. So, I mean, 2 games ago is, I guess, is what I'm getting at. But a year ago, I mean, you're putting together quite the coaching staff that that shows me this program has Heupel's back and allowing him to make the moves that he needs to make and the moves that we've been asking for him to make. There's only one more move that I think I'm kind of hard pressed on.
I think both of us are on this train as the offensive line coach.
Absolutely. But I'm willing to give another year just for the simple fact that we did bring in some high talent recruits. So it shows me that they're at least recruiting well. But if I don't see some development, I've got some concerns at that coaching position.
100%. But Owings does have some history with Josh Heupel. He was the director of, or he was the assistant director of sports performance for Josh Heupel at UCF in 2018, and Kurt Cignetti ended up getting him whenever Cignetti went to James Madison. He's been with Cignetti for 6 seasons, and since he became a strength and conditioning coach, Derek Owings has a 65-9 overall record, a 40-5 conference record. He has been to 2 college football playoffs, both of those being with Indiana in the last 2 years, 4 conference championships, 3 of those obviously won at James Madison, one of those with Indiana this season, 12 postseason appearances. So obviously that's the total number of postseason games that he has been a part of. He has coached a Heisman Trophy winner, that being Fernando Mendoza this year, 30 plus All-Americans, and 9 Conference Player of the Years. That's a pretty good resume right there to be getting. Tennessee's making sure that he's being paid well, as he is going to be the highest paid strength and conditioning coach in the country. See here in the story that USC actually came last year calling for him, and Indiana bumped his salary from $535,000 up to $900,000. But Tennessee's deal with Owings, it's a 3-year deal that runs through January of 2029. His salary will be $1.2 million.
Wow.
With his official start date, let's see. His official start date was today.
Yeah.
And January the 13th. Yes. So who was it that said it earlier? Said that he actually signed last week. So that's whenever this deal was inked.
Yep. So, I mean, I'm looking at, I mean, they've already got his profile up on utsports.com, but I mean, we're talking about a coaching guy. I mean, he's been he's got already quite the resume. I mean, we're talking, he was a player at Eastern Michigan as a wide receiver from 2012, 2013, then went to Mercer as a tight end pretty much that next year or two. And then basically from there went straight into graduate assistant coaching. He went to Utah State for 3 years from 2016 to 2018. 2018, he also did his first year as a conditioning coach at UCF, which is where you mentioned, I believe he was with Heupel back then at UCF. He then left, went to Texas Tech for a couple years. Again, director of strength and conditioning. Then spent a really good stint at James Madison as the conditioning coach from 2020 to 2023. And then that is where he then took over as director of athletic performance from Indiana. And then obviously in 2026, he took the Tennessee job. So in 2018 is where he made his first appearance at a national or conference championship in the AAC at UCF with Josh Heupel. 2020, he was in the CAA South Division with James Madison. Did the same thing in 21. And then, of course, in 2025, the Big Ten championship with Indiana. And then the national championship yesterday, last night at Indiana. So, yeah, man, this guy's the real deal. I think he's well worth the money. And I think you're going to see a difference. And hopefully not just the strength and the health of this program, but also the durability of these and the tackling and like the little stuff, right? Like I don't know. I felt like a lot of that was missing in this team the last year or two. Even with a great defense last year, we still had some bad games of tackling. Now, they were a lot better at game tackling, so it wasn't as noticeable. But, I mean, I could still point to a handful of games last year where the tackling was just absurd. And I'm hoping with the new strength and conditioning program that gets fixed, along with Jim Knowles, coaching, of course. But I don't know. The health and wellness of this team is super important, and I'm looking forward to this change in scenery.